Hello YouTubers, Dylan Olsen Art here with a new Chibi tutorial. In this lesson, we are going to be doing a Chibi or Kawaii of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So let's get started. First off, you will need a piece of paper and a pencil. This is in a sketchbook. I don't know too much about it, but that doesn't really matter. The first thing we're going to draw is kind of what's basically it's kind of a square with soft edges. Then you're going to draw a line across to know where his eyes will fall, and a line going down the middle to know where the middle of his face is. Then we draw, she's almost going to be built like a snowman. This will indicate her body. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It's just a guideline. And remember to draw light at first until you get your lines the way you want them. Then we're going to draw what's kind of a triangle or a top half of a circle. This is her dress. Bring it out a little. And then these are her arms. And then right here, she's going to be holding something. We'll talk about what it is later on. And it's basically going to be like a top half oval, or a top half of a capsule or a pill shape. Just like that. So we got our basic shapes in. Now we need to draw the eyes. And the eyes are, we're going to draw the smaller eye first. It's almost like an almond shape. And then we need to put some detail at the top. These are going to be the eyelashes. And the eyelashes themselves, this one's going to go, they're going to go on the sides. And there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then right here is going to be sort of what's going to be like this is the bigger eye, and it's going to be kind of a circular shape. So we draw that and put those eyelashes in. Then you're going to put eyelashes on this side, and there is 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we got that. Now we need to put in her irises, which are going to be circles, and she's going to be like looking this way. So we'll draw those circles in, just like that. You could darken this bottom line if you want. Then we draw another circle inside for the pupil. So you got that circle in, and then you put a smaller circle on the right side of both eyes for the highlights. And then you can take the side of your pencil and color those in black. If you want to use a black colored pencil, that's fine too. I'm just doing this because I want to. And then we should put a line right here. That will be her nose. And now we need to draw her eyebrows. Then you're going to draw another eyebrow that's kind of like on top of her, the point goes on her eyelash. And you can darken those in. Okay, now we need to draw her. You know what, let's go ahead and just darken in some sidelines and define the top area a bit. Okay. Then we need to draw the bottom side of her face. All right, so we got that. Now let's draw her mouth. So she's gonna be smiling. So we'll draw this seagull shape or stretched out M shape. Then we create a U shape, a shallow U shape right under it. This finishes the top lip. And then another U shape for the lower lip. So we got that. Could darken these lines a little. Okay, and then we should draw a line here of what we'll start with as her hair. So you put in that V shape. And then you're going to put this curve down here. We're not exactly doing the hair just yet. We're just trying to basically put in the top outlines for her head. And then right here, there's a circle. That's like her earring. Her pearl earring. Just like that. Okay, and then, you know what? Let's actually go ahead and put her hair already. So we're gonna draw these top half lines here. This will be where her hair starts. And it will curve down like that. This is going to curve back And this will go back here. This will form like a backwards letter J shape. Then you're going to darken in so this marks as the top area of her hair. And then up here, there's gonna be a curve that sticks out like this. So once you draw that, all right, and then you're gonna put in this line here. So you get this in, and then you're gonna put another curve that goes like this. This is gonna be her hairband, because if you remember, her ponytail starts out at the top. And then right up here, you just need to draw a curve. So that's the top part of her hair. The rest we'll get to as we get to her body. So first thing we got to do, we need to define these curves here. Okay, so we got that. Now, she's got these really thick pieces of cloth that go on her biceps, on her dress. So I'm going to draw this flat S curve. Then I'm going to turn that into a bit of a V shape right there. Then you're going to put a fold right there. And then right here, you could put something like maybe a flat oval for like a clasp or something like that. I think she had a clasp. Just put this flat end here and then put a C shape for the other side of this thing we put here. So we got that. Now it's time to draw her arms. Then put these are her fingers, the thumb. 1, 2, 3. You could say the pinky's hidden on this side. So you got one arm. And then if you remember, she's wearing gloves. So you gotta draw a sleeve line right there. We gotta draw, actually it goes right under this line. That's the flat line. Then you're gonna draw another arm here. You don't see everything, you only see one half of it. Then here's the other arm. And now we have to draw this thing that I spoke about earlier. It's the rose in the glass case. So we're gonna define that line. And then on the top of it, there's like a half circle. And now we need to draw the rose inside it. So you can start with this half circle here. Put a triangle here. This is a little complicated, so take your time. So I'm just gonna darken this rose shape. And then there's a bit of a square underneath it. And then we gotta draw the stem of the rose. And then there's a leaf on it. Okay, now the last thing we gotta do, we gotta draw her dress. So this is like the belt or the waistband, basically another V. Just curve that all the way back here. And then we draw her, this will be the top end. And it's got like these 4 shapes that go like this. And there's U shapes at the bottom. So these are the U shapes. And then you're going to make bigger U shapes right underneath them. Just darkening these U shapes. Okay. Then we draw the rest of the dress. If you can, try to put these pointed curves on both sides. And then all you gotta do is just draw these. Okay, so we got our dress. Now all we need to do is draw the rest of her hair. So you just get this end here. You can curve that back if you want. And then the down part of her ponytail, it's basically this wave shape. So that's the curve. Then you just draw another wave shape that comes to a point like this. Go over a little more on those pupils. Okay, so we got our drawing in. Now what we can do is get our erasers and wash away the construction lines that are not going to be in the final drawing. Like there are a bunch in the lines in her arms, the rows, a lot on her face. If you've drawn dark enough, you wouldn't have to worry about your eraser completely removing your drawing. You can always go back over these lines. Okay, so that is basically all of the guidelines we've gotten rid of. Now I'm going to do something new that I've been doing with my other Chibi tutorials. I'm going to color her in. I'm going to use colored pencils. You can use markers or crayons or whatever you feel comfortable with. And let's start with a dark brown. And that goes on her hair. Just lightly color in. And remember to use the side and not the point of your pencil, because using the point just digs into the paper and makes lines rather than filling. Don't color this in, because that's going to be like a gold color. And definitely get the top as well. And get the side as well. Her eyes are going to be brown too. Okay, so now let's get a yellow pencil. No, better yet, we can get this kind of tan color and we can color in her hairband, as well as her... We're going to do something special after that. Her waistband, the moons on her dress. They're not really moons. Okay, here's the trick. What you do, you put brown first, then you go back over it with yellow, and it creates that kind of gold effect. If you want to get a gold colored pencil, that's fine too. If you want to use yellow orange, that's okay. Or a tan crayon, that's fine too. Okay, so now that we got all the gold stuff, oh, can't forget the hairband. We got all the gold stuff. Now we need to color in her dress. Her gloves are yellow as well. And most importantly, her dress is yellow. And most importantly, get the bottom of her dress. Okay, so that's all the yellow you see on Belle. Now we gotta color in her lips. Her lips are red. We also need to make her rose red. And now we also need to color in her skin. You have two choices. You can use peach or a very light pink. I think I'm gonna go with this light pink. The peach colors that I've used in my previous videos, they're getting small. So this won't be too bad. Very light pink. You can use yellow orange if you want. Or pink. So you got the arm. And then there is one other color you kind of need. You could also, excuse me. Now what we need to do is color in her glass a very light blue. And now we are almost done. I am going to grab a green colored pencil for the leaf on her rose. So now that we got all that, we can go back over some of the lines that drawing this character have washed away. Just go back over anything that might have been missed. Let me go back over these eyebrows as well. Her earring. Bottom of her eye. Okay, there you have it. That is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I hope you all had fun. Please make sure to like, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. Bye.